Good morning, Brooklyn class, and happy Friday! Welcome back to Homeschool with Carly, where I share daily videos for you to either watch or follow along. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you can get notified every time I make a new video. So, as you remember last week, we did chair yoga. Well, I figured this Friday we could do chair stretches. So it is very close to the same thing, but we're gonna really be focused on stretching out our muscles. For the past month and a half, we've been sitting at home, and it's hard to really get up and exercise, especially when we're in that same house all day long. So today we're really going to focus on being stretched out and relaxed as we go into the weekend, okay? So let's get started. So you're going to need a nice chair that you feel comfortable with. I'm going to use my kitchen table chair, and I have a nice cushion on it so that it's comfortable, okay? All right. So I want you to start by taking a deep breath in. This will help calm you down. Whenever you feel uptight or nervous or stressed, you want to take a deep breath because what ends up happening is it slows down your heart rate. This is a great way to calm yourself down or begin exercising, okay? So for our first exercise, I want you to take your head and you're going to tilt it to the right, okay? And so this is going to give us a nice stretch in our neck, okay? Because when we're sitting, sometimes we're slouched. And that can really create tense and tight muscles, all right? So when we do this, this is going to help stretch it out. And if you need help from an adult, please feel free to grab whoever you can in your household to help stretch out your muscles, all right? So you're going to come back to center, and you're going to tilt it to the left, okay? This should feel really nice in your neck. I know that sometimes this is an area where it gets really tense, okay? So next, you're going to take your arms and you're going to raise them up high. Now, there's always room for modification. As you can see, I'm not going all the way up. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways. This feels comfortable for me. Maybe some of you might feel comfortable with it all the way up or just down low. However you want. This is going to create a nice stretch, all right? Right in our lat muscles, right here. Okay, these get really tight, and this is part of our back. So when we hold our arms out or up here, this is going to be a nice stretch right in here, okay? So hold that stretch. It should feel really nice. Okay? Take your hands and place them back in your lap. And I want you to take your left arm and you're going to hold it out to the side. And I like to keep my arm bent because that's what feels comfortable for me. And this is going to have a nice stretch in your shoulder muscle, okay? That's called your deltoid. And that should feel really good. And you might even feel a stretch in your upper chest area, okay? And you can place your arm and hand back on your lap. And for your right arm, you can do the same thing. That should feel really nice, okay? Now we're going to do something where we might really need assistance, okay? So I want you to take your hands and you're going to place them on your left thigh, okay? And what we're going to do is we are going to twist our bodies by pressing our hands into our thigh. It's going to help turn our bodies. Now, if you need assistance, there are two ways you can do this, all right? You can have somebody hold you from your upper body and help twist you, all right? Or another way would be to have somebody place their hand directly on your back and your other hand on the arm that you want to turn towards and help turn your body, okay? This will give you a nice stretch in your back and your side back. So like right around this area, you're going to feel a nice stretch, right? That should feel really good. And if you can't do some of these exercises, no worries at all. We have to do what's comfortable for you, right? Because we're all different. So whatever works for you is completely fine. Now you're going to take your hands and place them on your right thigh, okay? And twist in the other direction. Sometimes, if my back is really tight, I might actually crack my back, right? So what's actually happening is that there's air pockets that form, okay, in our backs, and by doing this, you might actually hear a popping sound, right? But that's nothing to worry about, because what's happening is you got really tight, so air built up in there. Okay, so for our next exercise, I want you to take your left arm and place it out in front of you on an angle, okay? And you're gonna take your other arm and hand and place it on and pull it towards you, okay? This is really gonna give you a nice stretch. So all in here, I feel a nice stretch. I even feel a little bit of a stretch on my the inside of my delt and my chest muscle, which is called your pectoral. So you're gonna pull in, and if you can't and you can only bring your arm out a little bit, that's okay too. Take your hand, place it back on your lap, take your other hand in front of you, and use your left arm to pull in. You should feel a nice stretch. Okay, place your hands back on your lap. So this one we're really going to need assistance for. So you're going to take your right leg. Actually, I'm going to do this so that you can see what I'm doing, all right? So you're going to take your left leg and you're going to put it in front of you and hold it up. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my leg, stretch it out straight, and hold it up, okay? So what I'm going to feel now is I'm going to feel a nice stretch in my hamstring muscle. That's the back of my leg. Okay, so if you need assistance, an adult can hold your leg out for you and you'll feel a nice stretch. Now I want you to do that to your other leg as well. Okay, so now you're going to use your right leg. You're going to straighten it out in front of you and take your hands, place them directly under your leg and hold it out straight. I feel a nice stretch in my hamstring muscle. Okay. So now turn around and come back to center. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Sometimes my heart can begin racing, especially when I'm moving a lot, right? So we want to calm our bodies. We want to bring ourselves back to center, okay? And I want you to take your head and you can do a nice circle, right? Because that's going to help stretch everything out. And I'm starting to feel really relaxed and stretched out, right? So we have one more really cool exercise. So what you're going to do now is when we're sitting, we use our ab muscles, right? And our abs are a lot of muscles combined that help us sit up straight. And so when we're sitting in a chair all day, they can get really tense and tight. So I want you to take your body and take your hand, if you can, and place it to the side of you. So you can work on your right or your left or your right, whichever you choose. So I'm going to start on my right and I'm going to lean all the way over, okay? So I'm going to feel a nice stretch in my side, right? So this is still my ab muscles. This is called your obliques, okay? And so these muscles on your side really help to stabilize you, especially when you're sitting, standing. They really help center your body, okay? So you want to stretch them out. Come back to center, and you're going to do that on the other side. Oh, that feels really nice. I definitely needed this exercise. Okay, come back. Take a nice deep breath. And I hope that really helped you to relax and stretch out your muscles. And I hope you have a really great weekend, okay? So I will see all of you next week. Bye!